Welcome to 365 English. Listen to stories easily. We help you learn English happily through various stories. The speed is slow and the pronunciation is clear. The more you listen, the more you will enjoy it. If you like it, please like it, leave a message to chat, and don't forget to subscribe. The dual-wheel drive of wealth and happiness, from personal empowerment to social progress, Part 1. Influence: how to reshape life with money-making and healthy growth thinking. In 2025, the world is still changing rapidly. People's definition of success has also quietly changed. In the past, people pursued stable jobs, fixed incomes, houses, cars, and money. Nowadays, more and more people are beginning to pay attention to another question: am I happy while making money? Behind this question, there are two forces quietly driving the air: wealth and happiness. Wealth is a visible sense of security, and happiness is an invisible underlying stability. When these two form a dual-wheel drive, it not only changes a person's life trajectory, but also promotes the progress of the entire society. To understand all this, we have to start with personal empowerment. In Beijing, there is a girl born in the 1990s named Lin Qing. After graduating from college, she worked as an administrative assistant with a monthly salary of 6,000 yuan. Every day she squeezed into the subway, ate fast food, and paid the rent at the end of the month, leaving only a few hundred yuan in savings. She once said, "I feel like someone who is always stuck at the starting line." But 3 years ago, she accidentally began to record her illustrations on social platforms. Gradually, people liked, left comments, and placed orders, and her sideline income increased from a few hundred yuan to a few thousand, and then to over 10,000 per month. She began to learn financial knowledge, make savings and investment plans, and bid farewell to the Moonlight Tribe. At the same time, she also began to get involved in mindfulness meditation and emotional management exercises. She said, "I no longer worry about my future because I know I can change it." Today, she is a freelance illustrator, has opened online courses, has stable savings, and a positive attitude. Lin Qing's experience is not an isolated case. More and more young people are beginning to try side jobs, freelance jobs, and content creation. They realize that a single career path can no longer withstand the uncertainty of life. Side jobs and entrepreneurship are not just ways to make money, but also the starting point for expanding possibilities. This is the awakening of the money-making mindset: actively increase income rather than passively save money. A U.S. study pointed out that financial education significantly improves people's savings rate and financial management ability. In a survey of 30 countries, the average savings rate of groups with high financial literacy was 20% higher. In China, data also show that young people with financial literacy have more reasonable asset allocation and stronger ability to deal with risks. But making money is only a surface ability. A deeper level is healthy growth thinking. This includes psychological resilience, self-awareness, lifelong learning, and self-upgrade. People with growth mindsets believe that their abilities can be continuously improved through hard work. This kind of thinking enables people to remain flexible in the face of uncertainty in life. A psychological study shows that individuals with growth mindsets can adjust their status more quickly when faced with unemployment, illness, and marital problems. They are not stuck in the past but are more willing to try to change. As Lin Qing said, "When I began to believe that I had the ability to change, I really changed." Making money and growth, these two kinds of thinking are intertwined and integrated, becoming the core ability combination of the new era. Their intersection is the key to personal empowerment, not only mastering survival skills but also having the power to change life. As more and more people complete this transformation, the entire society will also undergo a qualitative change. Wealth and growth are no longer just personal issues, but an important force that affects social structure and development. We have seen that the United States has included financial literacy education in high school courses in many states. Minorities such as blacks, Hispanics, and indigenous peoples have gained entrepreneurial opportunities through financial literacy training and microcredit. Data show that in areas where financial literacy education is provided, the median household assets of minority groups have risen by 13%. At the same time, more and more mental health projects focus on improving women's happiness, especially those in the childrearing and menopausal periods. For example, the Psychological Empowerment Fund, established in California, provides psychological counseling subsidies for low-income women. Economic independence plus psychological support, such a combination, allows vulnerable groups to have a more solid foundation for happiness. In China, there has been similar progress. The Healthy China 2030 strategy, which will be implemented in 2022, emphasizes mental health education and mass psychological intervention. In early 2025, the Ministry of Education announced that it would include Financial Literacy Month in the pilot of comprehensive quality courses for young people. In some high schools in key cities, life economy courses and emotion regulation training have begun to be offered. A middle school in Hangzhou, Zhejiang, implemented a sleep plan plus financial training in the third year of high school, and the student anxiety index dropped by 18%. The essence of these efforts is to cultivate the next generation's ability to be sustainably happy. Changes in the economic dimension are also significant. The money-making model has become more and more diverse. The sharing economy, creator economy, platform economy, and remote work have opened up new space for employment and entrepreneurship. Data shows that the global population of freelancers will exceed 1.7 billion in 2024, accounting for nearly half of the global employed population. In China, more than 75% of Generation Z hope to have at least one side job. These side jobs are not just for making more money, but also to reserve an escape pod and dream workshop for themselves. They have also driven new types of consumption: knowledge payment, psychological services, fitness nutrition, learning communities, and creative tools. Investing is no longer just buying stocks, but buying time, buying cognition, and buying health. More importantly, this trend has enhanced the resilience of the entire society. In the context of frequent global economic fluctuations, the stronger the personal growth ability, the stronger the overall social stress resistance. In the past, once large companies laid off employees, the middle class quickly fell into the risk edge. Now, more and more people have multi-source income and psychological buffer zone, and they are more confident in facing fluctuations. This is the real guarantee of a society, not how perfect the system is, but that everyone can update themselves. The popularization of this comprehensive thinking has gradually broken the fatalism of class solidification. A person no longer has to rely on family background, education, and urban resources to determine his fate. As long as there is a correct thinking mode and a sustainable growth path, there is a chance to leap. Knowledge, skills, and mind have become the new key to class mobility. From grassroots entrepreneurs to internet celebrity psychologists, from workers to sideline creators, everyone has the possibility of redefining themselves. Of course, this era is not perfect. Anxiety, involution, and information overload still exist. Especially Generation Z, who grew up in the light and shadow of the internet, and were exposed to competition and experienced fatigue earlier. At the beginning of 2025, the World Health Organization released a global mental health trend report. The report pointed out that the financial intelligence and mental health of people over 60 years old declined simultaneously, affecting the quality of life and retirement. Security. The young people aged 18 to 28 fell into early career burnout due to social platform anxiety and loss of self-worth. This is why the concept of growth investment is increasingly valued. We must learn how to take care of our emotions and potential when we are young. Wealth is the shell of life, happiness is the core of life. Only when the two are improved simultaneously can a person truly feel stable and continuous satisfaction. The thinking of making money and growth is quietly rewriting the script of fate. You are no longer just the person who is busy with life. You are starting to become the person who can write life. You are no longer just the person who is forced to work, but the person who can choose his own project. You are no longer just the person who is afraid of the future, but the person who has the ability to sow for the future. This is a new opportunity given to us by this era. Use comprehensive thinking to invest in life, drive happiness with growth, and expand freedom with wealth. Achieving financial freedom does not mean success in life, but on the road to happiness, wealth and growth are indispensable. In the past, we often opposed making money and happiness. One is cold and the other is warm. One pursues external goals and the other is about inner experience. But more and more facts show that the two are actually a pair of double wheels that achieve each other. Imagine a society where everyone has basic financial skills, has the ability to increase income steadily, and has psychological flexibility and the desire to grow. Then is this society less likely to fall into large-scale unemployment, anxiety, health crisis, and intergenerational poverty? The answer is almost certain. The money-making mindset determines our ability to recognize resources and grasp opportunities. Some people say that the ability to make money is a kind of social adaptability. Especially in the context of a diversified economy, individuals who do not understand basic concepts such as passive income, sideline leverage, and value realization are easily eliminated. Healthy growth thinking is a kind of psychological resilience and learning drive, which is the spiritual power that allows us to recover, reflect, and move forward in failure, anxiety, and competition. The integration of these two types of thinking determines whether a person can continue to have the right to choose in a complex society. In recent years, education reforms in some countries have begun to realize this. For example, Finland has listed financial literacy and emotional management as core topics of future citizen literacy. Some states in the United States have introduced mental growth courses to reduce the anxiety level of teenagers and at the same time improve their financial responsibility and planning ability. Behind these attempts is the rise of a concept. Growth is not a breakthrough in a single dimension, but an upgrade of wealth psychology and knowledge. If the success criteria in the past tended to be linear, high education equals good job equals high income, then today's criteria are more complex. Is your income method diversified? Is your psychology healthy? Is your cognition continuously evolving? These are the factors that truly determine the stability of the bottom layer of life. From a social perspective, one of the biggest characteristics of a growing society is universal growth opportunities. Success is no longer locked in the hands of a certain group of people, such as wealthy families and elite circles, but through innovations in policies, education, and platforms, money-making opportunities and growth paths are open to more ordinary people. In China in 2025, sideline jobs are more than just making money has become a hot word. Data shows that among young people aged 18-35, about 37% have tried side jobs, including those who have turned their hobbies into income and those who have precipitated their skills into products. This is a positive signal, indicating that the younger generation is no longer simply passively anxious under economic pressure, but actively building their own income multi-threading. At the same time, emotional value has also become a new keyword in the market. More and more companies are introducing mental health modules in employee management and even setting up mindfulness lounges and stress relief instructors. This is not only about individual well-being, but also directly affects corporate performance and talent retention. More importantly, this transformation is no longer exclusive to high-end elites. In some cities, youth entrepreneurship incubation spaces, mindfulness meditation, and financial quotient classes are often conducted alternately. Some public libraries have also begun to offer mind management and financial quotient integrated classes so that growth is no longer restricted by identity, education, or wealth starting point. Let's look at the elderly. In 2025, the World Health Organization pointed out that more than 35% of people over 65 years old in the world have varying degrees of financial anxiety and psychological loneliness. In China, some local governments are trying to help the silver-haired group rebuild their sense of control over their lives through the Elderly Financial Quotient plus Emotional Companionship project. Behind these attempts, there is actually a deeper understanding of civilization. People are not machines that chase money alone, nor are they idealists who only have emotions and do not talk about efficiency. A truly sustainable society allows everyone to find a dynamic balance between creating value and feeling happiness. Let's return to the individual perspective. Zhang Meng in Beijing was once an ordinary moonlight clan. 3 years ago, she was diagnosed with mild anxiety during a health checkup, and the doctor recommended that she participate in meditation training and reduce working late at night. She thought she had to quit her job to heal herself, but she accidentally met a group of freelancers in the meditation community. With their encouragement, Zhang Meng began to share her mindfulness training experience on Zio Hangshu, gradually accumulated a group of fans, and even opened an online training camp. Now she not only has a stable monthly income of over 10,000 yuan, but also uses the financial knowledge she has learned to make personal pension plans. She said, "The ability to make money and a healthy mentality are my greatest confidence. Every day now is not the result of rolling, but the result of stability." This story is not an isolated case. In Chengdu, a mother who makes handmade soap found a path of raising children, plus making money plus growing up through an e-commerce platform. In Guangzhou, a college student who dropped out of school due to depression shared his psychological self-healing process through a podcast, attracted brand sponsorship, and achieved self-reliance. In Hangzhou, a group of slowly employed young people organized a financial intelligence plus healing knowledge market to make growth gentle and powerful. From these real cases, we see the great power of comprehensive thinking. In the past, we often regarded making money as an economic issue, mental health as an emotional issue, and growth as an academic issue. But the times have taught us that these three are never isolated lines from each other, but are interwoven into a web of destiny. If you find a breakthrough in it, your entire life may change its track from then on. Who does the future belong to? People who have the ability to make money, people who have psychological resilience, and people who can combine the two, constantly grow, reflect, and reshape. They will not be easily swallowed by anxiety, nor will they give up completely in failure. They know how to open up an outlet for side jobs under pressure, and they also know how to keep their souls breathing in competition. They dare to make money and are good at rest. They can invest in the future and enjoy the present. They are not so-called successful people. They are people who truly have freedom of choice. And this may be the ideal shore that each of us will eventually reach in the dual-wheel drive of wealth and happiness. You did a great job today. Thank you for watching 365 English. Don't forget to like, leave a message, and comment. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.